Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony's Picks Morning Show. I'm Tony T. We're here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, delivering live free picks for today's card, game by game, with you from the major sports. And in today's show, we'll have picks from Game 7 NBA, Nuggets, and Thunder. Also, the ML Major League Baseball. We have 15 games up there. Also, the NHL. We'll also conclude it with WNBA in our Parlay peripheral segment, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And be sure you subscribe to our channel. We're approaching 50,000 subscribers, guys. So we got 50K people to hit that like button and subscribe button. We have great content here on our channel. And first thing you want to do also is hit that like, that thumbs up right off the bat, whether you're watching this live or on replay. It really helps us build up our audience. We greatly appreciate that. So we'll introduce the cappers and get right to the picks, as we don't mess around here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. So let's go to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Well, not too much, Tony. Hey, it was one of those days I'll love to put behind me because I went 1-4. I took a shot with the Jets. The Jets were there. Give a thought to man. What I made a crazy save there off the knob of his stick. I don't know how he stopped that puck from going into the net.
That looked like it went into me. Yeah.
It was looking like it was going right in, but it hit his stick and came out. And hey, he kept the Dallas team alive there in that one. And they tough penalty to call, but I think he had no choice. There were no penalties the whole game. I'm not faulting the ref at that one. He was about to go in on a breakaway, and he did catch him. So they gave him the tripping call, and that carried over into the overtime, and they got the goal there. With 1 second left in the power play, they almost killed it off. But hey, congratulations to Dallas. Rematch last year's Western Conference Final this year in hockey. We'll get that one squared away today too. A couple of Game 7s. We'll see what goes on in the East. Carolina versus the Leafs or Panthers, and then we got the good old NBA tonight. Another Game 7. So 2 Game 7s today to get to. I'm excited. Let's get to it.
Yeah, dramatic Game 7s coming up, so looking forward to that. Just a note here, Boston and New York, I believe, starts, is it Wednesday or Tuesday? I got to get it straight. I know I got it mixed up a little bit there. But, yeah, no game tomorrow from the NBA. They gave New York and Indiana an extra day off. And when I looked at the NBA schedules for the Eastern Conference, can you believe it? It's every other day. There is no more than 1 day off in between. So they're trying to get that series ended by June 1st. And June 2nd will be Game 7s in the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. It may be the same thing with hockey because they've got the schedule set up there for the Eastern and Western Conference. So it's every other game
Wednesday.
Here.
Looks like Wednesday
right?
Started for the Western Conference.
Yeah, Western Conference.
There's supposed to be a Katy Perry concert moved on the Wednesday, but it looks like they kicked that one out. So hockey takes precedent over Katy Perry. Sorry what you like.
And of course, the NBA, WNBA trying to get into the front page as well as the recent Caitlin drama. There to start. No way to start with some drama early on in the W. You love it. There. So El Nino's how it's happening.
Doing good here. Coming off a 2-0 day, so happy about that, and looking to finish the weekend strong.
Very good. Let's do that. Solo, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Not the best day. I think we went 4-6, lost a little money. We'll get that back today. Nice little card. Sprinkle over a nice couple sports. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it indeed. And boy, we'll get to this one here. I will go 1-2 today. Yesterday but my best bet came in with that Rockies and Diamondbacks over the total. Gallen, you saw Gallen Marquez, the roof open. That thing was over by the by the top of the second. It was already 6-3. Already had 9 ins. Runs it. And a wild one there. So let's get going here. Of course, there are some news here in this week. Nuggets and Thunder game. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. Now, this game opened OKC 7.5 total 213. We've seen it go up here too. Thunder 8. I'm seeing some 214s in the marketplace. Who else with that 213.5? Of course, the news here is Aaron Gordon with that hamstring strain has been listed here as questionable. Tyson questionable as well. A backup for Denver. Let me click the link here to tell you a little bit more about Aaron Gordon. And he's now has been officially questionable here. That hamstring strain happened late in Game 6, and he will be a game time call for Sunday's game. That's the key there. So Strother and Watson would get more playing time if Gordon can't play. But, man, that is a massive injury because he's the only one that really can count on down low to give help to Jokic. So that's something to know. Also, too, just some side notes here. Jamal Murray has hit the injury report as probable with an illness. I don't know if it's the same illness he had in Game 6, but this thing he hasn't shook it off or what? What's going on here? But it didn't seem to bother him last game. So let's whatever that illness is, maybe he caught something from our man in Boston, Porzingis. Maybe there's something flowing around the NBA reigns there. But anyway, Murray is questionable was probable with an illness, a hand ailment. I'm calling them ailments. When they say probable, I'm not calling them injuries. I'm calling them some ailments. So it looks to me like an ailment here for Russell Westbrook with his hand. Maybe it's a built-in excuse for a 2 for 14 game or something. Who knows? But anyway, we got probable there with a hand sprain. Okay, he's got a hand sprain there. Maybe, when you slam dunk, you hit the rim or something. Who knows what the story is there? But anyway.
He smashed SGP in, what was it, third quarter, I think.
Oh, that's right.
Ross, and they smashed hands. And SGP was going like this for a few up and down the courts with his hand. So maybe Westbrook got the brunt of trying to swat the ball in what looked like a foul to me. But he's in Denver, so they didn't call it. But
if Gordon is ineffective or doesn't play, we could see Russell Westbrook trying to do it all himself. Sometimes that happens, right? Guys out there, right. We'll see how that rolls here. So Christian Braun is in the starting lineup as well for Denver. So we'll see how this one rolls here. Interesting game number 7 here, Denver OKC. Note the early start, 3:30 Eastern time. The NHL will be a later start. So let's get started with Rod.
Yeah, for me here in this one, I like the OKC Thunder in the first half. They just spent money in the first half, especially coming back after being out on the road. Hey, 31-12 ATS in that first half, and average cover in that game minus 5.5. Looking 4.5 here in the first half. You look at also all season long at home, 35-15 against defenses that are giving up over 46% field goal shooting, which is what the Denver Nuggets do, 35-15 in that first half. Average line cover was usually double digits, 10 points in that first half. So I think OKC lay the 4.5. I think they come out, they take that home crowd momentum, and they jump out to that first half lead.
There we go with Rod. We move right on to El Nidos.
Yeah, I think this number on the total is a bit low. Most of these games have gone over this number. I know they've had one lower scoring one, but other than that one, we've gotten over this number, and I think we get there again. I think OKC gets their offense going at home, and don't think, as Rod was saying, don't think the Nuggets go down just quietly. So I think they put up their fair share of points here too and get us over this number.
There we go with El Nidos. On over to Solo.
Braun starting for Denver. That tells me they want to play a little faster, so you might expect some points. I think these teams get up and down. I agree with Al, but we're going to address this first quarter. I think OKC comes out fast. I think this crowd will be rocking. I think they'll win this quarter -3.
There we go with Solo. Tell you what I think about these games. Now, I'm not saying Gordon's not going to play, but without Gordon in the lineup, then in their past 4 games, the Denver's lost 4 in a row, and it will give you the results here. The average loss is about 8.5 points. 2 losses came to the Spurs and Wizards. The other losses were blowout losses to the Bulls by double digits to the Bulls and Timberwolves. So the 2 teams that were in postseason, Bulls a play-in team, Timberwolves a playoff team. Denver lost by double digits without Gordon in there. So hamstring strains are pretty serious stuff for the NBA. Obviously, any lower leg injury, is issue there. Issue I have with a couple things here. OKC has been very dominant at home this year in the playoffs, averaging 122 points per 100 possessions. That's a plus 23 net rating. Look at Denver in their road playoff games, averaging about 108 points per 100 possessions, a minus 15.5 net rating. That is a massive variance. OKC plus and Denver minus when you look at the home road splits. And I'm not one to bet favorites. In game 7s, I might. And that's why I like OKC here in this one, laying the 8 in this spot here. This might just be a smasher here, the way I look at it, especially with Gordon out often. Their history of playing without Gordon is not very good because Jokic, man, let me tell you, man, if Jokic can pull this one off, step aside, so he'll pass some of these centers on some of those lists that people like to make up.
He's going to leave it out there, though.
Huh?
I think you got to take Jokic on all his overs. He's going to leave it all on the floor.
That's what I'm saying. This could, if they pull this out, this could be one of an all-time. This may be Jokic may pass a lot of these guys on these lists because this would be a massive performance, especially in this the way OKC home crowd is. Now you go back and look at some of the old NBA videos. The only stadium that was really loud and raucous back in the day was the Spectrum in Philly. Everything else was pretty much not to the degree it is now because you have all the pyro and all the sound systems. You go back and look at some of those old school NBA games. You didn't have this kind of crowd excitement. The only one was that Philly crowd. But man, it would be something if that happened. But we'll see how it rolls. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Tomorrow Show. We turn our attention to Major League Baseball's 15-game card for today. I was looking for that Roku early game. I don't really see that 11:30 game on the Roku channel because they like to give us that really super early game. Maybe this is the one because this is pretty early for the state of Texas for a game. We got early on here Astros and Rangers. We got the Astros road favorites, $1.35, total of 8. Pirates and Phillies, $1.05 on both sides. It is Skeens Day today, total of 8. Red Sox and Braves. Here we got the Braves, $1.28, total of 9. Nats and Orioles. Orioles make the coaching, the management change there. And it's the Orioles, $1.87, total of 9.5 there. Tigers and Blue Jays. We got the Blue Jays, $1.16, total 8.5. So the Tigers are going to be dogs in this game. But let me go ahead and just click let me go ahead and check the pitchers. There were some funky looking pitchers in the game in the overnights. Let's see if there's been any changes here. Framber and Leiter now going for Houston, right? That'll be Framber today for Houston. What else we got here? Soroka will go against Eflin. I just want to see if there's any pitching change. We'll have that first timer, a Bell in there for Philadelphia. Philly's a first timer going against Pittsburgh there. Let me see if we have any other changes. Of course, Luis Ortiz was moved from yesterday to today for Cleveland. That's something to keep an eye on there. Zebby Matthews from Minnesota. Boy, they're really trying to this Zebby was pounded last year, although it was played pretty good in the in his AAA starts, but we know that can be hit or miss there. But Zebby Matthews, Minnesota going to roll the dice with him. This guy was an absolute gas can last year. Yeah, obviously there may be some injuries in the Minnesota rotation, so Zebby will get the start today for Minnesota. Let's see if we have any other changes here for today. Let's see. It looks like we're still there. We're still there in that one. All right, so those are the only changes there in Major League Baseball pitching. So we go over to Rob.
Yeah, for me, looking at these early games, I like the under between Houston and Texas. Definitely been low scoring the first two games, so I don't think that's going to change here, considering they're going to kick off the day at 11 in the morning. So give me the under with Framber on the mound and Leiter going for Texas. It's just these offenses not been smashing. So we've seen 5-1 yesterday. Expect the under 8 in that one. And then looking at Baltimore, maybe they'll get a win here, but and not get swept. But I'm not putting my money on that kind of price with the Baltimore Orioles that we know are ass. So I'll take Washington there at the nice plus price. And then the other one I'm looking at here is, hey, Toronto got themselves a little walk-off win yesterday, but Job's on the mound. And when Job's been going, Detroit's been winning. So we'll take the Tigers there in that one. What should be a good game for Rios? We know Rios pitched pretty good at home. Joe pitches pretty well. Should get a under as well in that one again. What was it, 2-1 yesterday? Yeah, I like the Tigers and the under in that one.
There from Rob. Move on over to El Nidos.
I will go with Valdez and the Astros here against the Seagerless Rangers to bounce back there. I know they lost a 5-1 last night, so that didn't look good. But I think Valdez gives them a good shot to bounce back here. I'll go with normally Skeens has been almost an automatic on my doggy video. I was expecting to put him in yesterday, but unfortunately they're not dogs, so that's a tough one. I don't see much value in that one, I guess, anymore. But I'll take a shot with Bayo and the Red Sox here to beat the Braves again. I'll take a shot with the Nationals here in Soroka. I don't like it as much as I did yesterday, but I think the value is definitely there for sure. And that wraps it up for this slot.
Just a reminder here that Framber is pitching. Gusto was the overnight guy, so no Gusto. It'll be Framber there for Houston. On over to Solo.
Framber with no extensions versus Leiter. Like you say, Seager's out. Don't really like the way the Rangers hitting the ball. The under's probably the play, but I really just don't trust this Astros lineup nor this bullpen. I'm going to take the Rangers on the plus money. Braves and the Red Sox, I see Bellows been kind of good. Maybe not number-wise, but they're winning his games. Sign me up with the plus money on the Red Sox. Paul Skeens, that's too good of a price for me. Give me the Pirates first 5, money line.
There with Solo. Tell you what I think about these games. I like the under in Nats and Orioles. This Nats team, not a good hitting team over the past 7 against an interleague. The Orioles not been hitting the ball very well. Nats bullpen has shown improvement over the past 7 games, and so has the bullpen for the Orioles showing some improvement. As road dogs this year, Washington 12-5 as to the under as a road dog. So look at the under in that game. Yeah, I agree there. Give me Boston plus the price here. Braves just 216 on the road this year. Boston, their past 6 games, 275 against right-handers this year on the road. Atlanta 5-13, losing 12 units on the road against right-handed starters. So I'll look at Boston there at that plus price. I got to look at the Phillies here in this spot here. The Pirates batting just 184 against the NL. Bullpen's a mess. Philadelphia is a good hitting team. I don't know if Skeens can go full 9 because I think they need it if they want to win this game. Pittsburgh's dropped 6 of 7 on the road against these bad hitting teams that hit 255 or lower. Phillies 14-5 at home. With the plus 7.5 unit return. So give me Philly in that one. All right, let's see what I have. Anything in Detroit and Toronto. We'll look for a rebound from this Detroit Tiger team. Toronto is when we look at this Tiger team, they've hit the ball well over the past 6 with 280 and 11 homers. Bullpen's been okay. Blue Jays Toronto Blue Jays bullpen in their day games ERA approaching 5, and I'll look at the Detroit to bounce back in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Morning Show as we continue here with baseball. Next up, we got Rays and Marlins. The Marlins on the road, $1.57 total 8.5. Guardians and Reds. Here we got the Reds, $1.21 total of 9. Twins and Brewers. The Brewers, $1.48 total 7.5. Is this where the streak stops? We'll see. Cardinals and Royals, $1.05 on both sides. The total here, 8. I don't know if Minnesota's pushing the luck with Zebby up there. We'll see. White Sox and Cubbies. The Cubbies have been dominant in this series. 263, total 7.5. We start with Rod.
Ugh. Definitely not my favorite slot of games rolling here in these ones, that's for sure. But at a coin flip price, Waka or Libertor, I'll take St. Louis. They're playing the better baseball right now. Kansas City, their rookie looked real good, but he definitely needs some run support, and that's been Kansas City's problem, not getting enough run support. St. Louis can hit the ball. I'll take St. Louis in that one. And then give it the over 7.5 there, Twins and Brewers. I think we see plenty of runs. Look, it's low scoring, and I think it's going to be low scoring in that one. What is Peralta going to go 8 innings? We know Zebby's not going to go 8 innings, and if he does, I'll be shocked if he goes 8 innings. In that one, I'll be like, holy, Zebby went 8. Look at that. I just don't see that coming. Look at that plus price. They're trying to bait you into Minnesota. They want you on Minnesota is where the books are. They're like, come on, look at this streak. At a plus 135? No. For me, it's just a pass because it looks like the end of the streak there as everybody's going to pile on to Minnesota and Zebby in that one. If anything, he knocks the juice off, take the Brewers in the first 5. I think they get to Zebby and have themselves a lead and don't look back at the Minnesota Twins winning streak.
There we go. He says Zebby may be the one to put the L on them today. We thought it might have been Friday when their guys, remember they got a couple of guys in concussion protocol. They are missing a couple of their
Friday
guys.
Korea. Was going to be the day.
Yeah. But again, the Brewers just can't get any runs scored because the Minnesota pitching staff has been so good. But look at, you had your man, who was Joe Ryan up there. I forgot who pitched yesterday. Was up there. Yeah, they had it was Simeon yesterday. Simeon was Richard.
Lopez.
Pablo Lopez was up there yesterday. Yeah, so they had some pretty good arms up there to carry them, and they need a whole lot of run support. But today they might need some runs. Let's go to Al.
Yeah, they're definitely pushing their luck, as you said here with Zebby. They sent Woods Richardson back to the minors, and I guess taking their chances with Zebby here instead. And as you said, I think this might be where the streak ends. I haven't bet it yet, but if I had to recommend a pick here, the pick is probably Brewers -1 here. Probably get that around -110. As I said, haven't bet it yet. The -1 I do like better is the Rays here, -1, and kind of like the over in that one too. That might actually end up making the premium card, the over in that Rays Marlins game. And as for the other ones, I just don't love the rest of these games on this slot too much, or the prices at least.
I only mean I could put in with Zebi is they reward him for some good minor league starts. That's what you can't forget last year's numbers.
Shot, right?
Give him a shot. Hey, you got to give him a shot. Sometimes that second call up is a big push for these guys when they come up a second time. I noticed that a lot with guys when they've got the second call up is really when they stick. On over to Solo.
We're gonna start with the Guardians and the Reds. I see Abbott's on the mound. Don't really love Abbott, but I think Ortiz is worse, and I like the way the Reds are playing of late. We've been rolling with them the last couple of days. We're gonna stay on board. We'll take the Reds minus 125. The Twins and the Brewers. I told y'all guys about a week and a half ago I was staying on board with the Twins, and I'm willing to pay to find out again. Give me the Twins on the money line, and give me the Cubs first 5 money line. I'm sorry, the White Sox first 5 money line.
That's when they usually cash is the first 5, and after that, they've been positive over the last year on that. I'll tell you what I like. I like the Reds here as well. I agree. Boy, Cleveland's bullpen has gone shafted the last 6 games. They are approaching 7. They've not hit the ball very well. They don't hit lefties as well. Cincinnati hitting well in their interleague games, getting good bullpen performance. Boy, when you look at Ortiz on the road, he's been pounded. Abbott's numbers have been better at home in those 3 starts. So I'll look at the Reds there. Let's see here. Baz and Quantrill. Well, I'm not a big fan of Quantrill whatsoever, but I'm just going to stay away from that one. I like the under there with the Cardinals and Royals. St. Louis, not a good hitting team on the road, and Casey hitting just 231 against lefty starters. Boy, I guess past 6 games, the Cardinals bullpen has been sharp here. ERA of 1.45. Casey bullpen 2.66 in their 18-day games, and I'll look at the under in that one. Let's see, man. I'm a Solo. I'm going to go ahead and take that big plus price. I'm going to give Zebi credit for his minor league numbers. Second call up, maybe that'll be the one. We've seen that. I've said that before. I've noticed some of these guys. Second time around, they stick. So I'll look at Minnesota. The problem here with the Brewers, they're just not hitting the ball. I mean, over the past 6 games, $1.96 in their day games. They played 19 day games. The bullpen has an ERA of 7. And maybe it's because they play in a Bruce City. I don't know. But I'll look at Minnesota there at that big plus price. What else I've got here? That'll do it for me in that slot. Yeah, I know. Rod doesn't seem to be a big fan of that central time zone. that middle block always. I don't like this block. Every time it's the middle. It's
always the middle block of games. It's like
Cleveland, your Reds, your Twins, your Cardinals, your Royals, your White Sox, all of them pounded in that middle slot all the time. Houston, Texas, sometimes those central division teams, those central time zones. Here we go for the West Coast games. Athletics and Giants here. We got the homeless dogs against Giants, $1.37, total 8.5. Rockies and D-backs again. Wow. Boy, if you catch that Rockies, that was a massive, massive return. The roof is closed today. So we have the D-backs 290, total of 9. Angels and Dodgers again. Dodgers looking to avoid the sweep. Wow. Who would have thought that would happen? I wonder if someone did a progressive parlay. Angels, give me the Angels game 1. I'm going to put it all in the Angels game 2. Wow, that would have been a massive return. Dodgers 232, total of 9. Mariners and Padres again. The Mariners again showing off how much they hate their home stadium. We got the Padres $1.38, total here is 7. And we close it out. Of course, we would close out with Mets and Yankees. What else would it be? There, we got the Yankees on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. They split the first 2. Mets winning that close one yesterday afternoon in a standalone game, of course. Yankees $1.61, a total of 9. We started off with Rock.
Yeah, for me in these ones, I'm looking at whereas I like the over there, Angels and Dodgers. I know Kikuchi and Goslin on the mound. I think both of those guys can have a good start. And once you throw it to those bullpens, 5, Goslin.
Like
These guys pitch well early, but not once the bullpens come into play there. Give me the over in that matchup. And then I'm going to take a shot here with Seattle and Woo on the mound. San Diego, 4-6. Well, Seattle out on the road, playing the better ball, smashing the ball. I like Seattle there at the plus price with Woo on the mound in that one. Definitely not. I'm not in baseball today. I got a couple of plays, but gonna stay away from the baseball card. I'll watch it as a fan, but I'm not. It's one of those days. It's always on that Sunday where it's like you get some
getaways. Yeah, well,
and getaway day.
They're not so obvious
be
now.
Careful today.
The lines are getting tighter because we've lost volume and we lost the volume from NBA and NHL. So these NMLB markets are starting to tighten up a little bit. Move on over.
They locked in.
They locked them in. On over to El Nido's.
I got to agree with Rod on that one. I mean, baseball is usually a sport I like to bet quite a bit. I mean, in the relative, like to come in compared to how many games you get, like I like to usually bet quite heavily. And yesterday was just one premium pick for me, and still working on which one I like best today. I got my NHL and NBA up there, but yeah, this MLB card, as you were saying, not too. Got to be careful with it. I said there's a couple plays I like, but yeah, I think there's some value on the Athletics here with Springs. Going up against Verlander and the Giants here. We're getting a nice little plus price on the road. So I'll take the Athletics on the money line. I'll take I agree with the over in that Angels-Dodgers game. And I'll take the Yankees -1 here with Fried. Peterson's been good, but I think Fried's better. So I'll take the Yankees to get another win here at home.
From El Nido, it's on over to Solo.
A's and Giants. We got Springs and Verlander. This game is gross. This is disgusting. Expect runs early and often. Take this total over in the first 5. Rockies and Diamondbacks. Roof is under. I kind of like Kelly. Newlander's kind of been hit or miss. I think they'll find a way to keep the ball in the park. Let's take this total under. And I remember talking to you guys a couple weeks ago and asked you who the best pitcher was for the Padres. Everybody say King, but nobody wants to take King. I agree. I'm not taking him either. Give me Wing with the plus money.
I said their best pitcher is hurt, and that's Musgrove.
I know.
I know. That's funny. I got it. All right, I'll take the homeless here at plus price. Athletics have hit the ball well on the road over this season, and against the San Francisco against the 13 lefties they face, have hit just 228. Springs have been sharp in those 5 road starts. You got to kind of look at those home road splits for these Athletics pitchers because they pitch in this hitter's park. So you may see some economy with these Athletics pitchers home and away, showing better performance away from that hitter's park. Well, Verlander's ERA, we know San Francisco is a pitcher's park, but Verlander's ERA is near 5 at home. If he was pitching in Sacramento, it'd probably near 8. The way the difference in these two parks. Athletics 13-10 on the road against righty starters, returning 5.5 units. And in San Francisco, 1-4 against lefty starters here, losing 5.5 units. I'll have to look at the Athletics in that game. I like the under with Mariners and Padres. Seattle, we said the Padres in their interleague just 243 batting average. We know the Padres bullpen has been good at home. And when the Padres face an interleague starter with a whip of 1.3 or lower, they're 8-0 to the under. So I'll go under there with Seattle and San Diego. Mets Yankees, give me the plus with the Mets here at that big plus price. I know Fried has been strong, but the Mets here have hit good American League pitching over the past 1+ season. 6-0 against an AL starter with an ERA of 2.9 or lower. They do that with timely hitting. They do that with bullpen. Yankees against winning teams this year, just a coin flip, 5-5. You've lost 2 units when the Yankees at home face winning teams. So if it's a coin flip, give me the plus money with the Mets. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Hicks Morning Show. we got you through the baseball. We're up next, NHL followed by the W. So let's get to the NHL here. Game 7, dramatic Game 7. This one hits the prime time window here tonight as we got the Panthers and Maple Leafs, 7:30 Eastern time. We got the Panthers road favorites here, $1.25. Total sits at 5. Maple Leafs at home here in the dramatic Game 7. Over to Rod.
Yeah, Breen, this one we've seen. It was 2-0 in that Game 6. So if the Leafs team stepped up their defensive play, I don't think that's going to change here in a Game 7. That's for sure. I'm looking at the under. It's come down to 5 in most places. If you can still find the 5.5, it'll be juiced. But take the under. Low scoring game again. Just don't see this turning into a shootout. Wall's going to play for the Leafs. If there were any questions on Stollar's coming back, he's not ready to come back. He has been skating, but I don't think he just chuck in Stolars in Game 7 here in this spot. Not after Wall stood on his head with a shutout. If the Leafs can get past this round, you'll see Stolars again. But in this one, it'll be Wall versus Bobrovsky, and you'll see hard hitting, low scoring, just like we did in last night in the Jets game, previous game with the Panthers in Toronto. Give me the under, even at 5. At the 5, I think he gets some plus money. So I'll take a shot here with the under 5 in this one.
Here we go from Rod. All right, they're telling me I got to let you talk, El Ninos. Talk. Give us your picks.
Yeah, I thought I had been given picks. Anyway, it should be a great game, as Rod was saying. Kind of hard to say I'm going against the Leafs on plus money at home. They're a great team that's got a lot of talent for sure, but and definitely not on Game 7 by any fluke or anything. They definitely earned their way here. And still, all that being said, I think the Panthers are the better team, and I'll take them. I'll lay a little bit of juice with the Panthers to get the job done here and move on.
All right, we got El Ninos in. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Nixon Morning Show. We'll turn our attention to the W. W's been entertaining to give us 2 games here. We started here with early start, 1 Eastern, Mystics and the Sun. We got the Mystics 3.5, total 158.5. I think this is a big test game for the Sparks at home against the Lynx. Okay, Sparks, we know you beat the Valkyries. We know Plum had that massive day, but are you for real or not? We'll find out. For real or not here, Sparks. Sparks, the home dog, 6.5. Lynx favored, total 162 in a game that will tell us what the Sparks are. Real or not? We'll find out. We'll run over to Rob.
And for me, looking at that first game, you look at the Mystics. Hey, it's their second game, so maybe they got an advantage on the Suns. I know the Suns lost some players, but no, Mystics at home, Mystics on the road, different situation for me. I'm not trusting the Mystics on the road. I'll lay it with the Suns. They're at home in their first game. In that one, and then as you alluded to, which one are we getting? We get the Sparks that were good, or the Sparks that I remember the Sparks just played an expansion team and pulled away late. It's not like they pounded them the whole game. This Minnesota team is for real. They're really good. And what is it up to? 6.5, 7 in places.
I don't care.
It's a lot to be laid.
Dropped the 5. We just dropped the 5. At Bet Online just dropped it to 5.
Okay, so people are betting on the Sparks and thinking that hey, the Sparks beat the Valkyries, roll along. Minnesota's a better team. They went by 10 plus. Lay it with Minnesota and the Lynx in that one.
All right. Al doesn't handicap W. And when he starts putting premiums, that means he's serious. So we'll go on over to
Sparks with their girl back who's still working her way back. Will be out. Well, she'll be out a month, right?
Yeah.
Her name's eluding me right here,
now.
From
Stanford, the Stanford girl that tore ACL.
Right. And she's going to need a month to get back. But she's back with the Sparks. Be a different story. So this first one here, we'll hand it to the Lynx. They'll get the first one. Wait. Keep that in mind. Remember, next time these two teams meet, she should be ready to go for that game, and then I will take the Sparks when she gets back. We'll
see if Plum turns into a prune.
Plum was money, and she willed it past the Valkyries. Like, hey, we're not losing the expansion team.
Oh, but we'll see a Plum. We'll see if a Plum or a prune here against the Lynx over to Solo.
Mystics and the Sun, like Rod said, the Sun kind of got some injuries. I think Morrow's out. It was her first pick out of LSU. She's a nice little scorer on the block. Mystics are definitely strong at home, but I actually like this team. I think they'll find a way to kind of dominate the rebounds, get second chance opportunities. I actually think points will be premium. Let's take this total under 158.5. And the Lynx and the Sparks, let's lay it and forget it with the Lynx.
Lay it and forget it. That's right. There was just an expansion team. Cameron Brink is her name there. The
tall girl.
The tall girl. Yeah, the tall girl. We'll see how much impact she'll have when she comes back, because those are serious injuries, especially for somebody with size, and length there. But she does have the length there to defend. But we'll see how it goes there tonight. All right, we got you through our W coverage for today. So it's now time for our Parlay Peripheral segment, where our cappers can give out parlay, team player prop, game of the future. Just play it straight. We'll leave it up to the cappers. We start off with Rod.
And we're going to go to baseball, a little 3-teamer for you. We're going to take the Detroit Tigers on the money line, the Philadelphia Phillies on the money line, and we'll throw in the under in the hockey game tonight. A little 3-teamer for you.
There we go with Rod. We move on over to El Ninos.
Go Rays -1. I will go with the Panthers in the NHL, and I will go with. Where'd they go? Sorry. I guess I'll throw the Dodgers -1 on a parlay to avoid the sweep.
Avoid the sweep. All right, you're going to avoid the sweep. On over to Solo.
Let's go OKC first quarter -3. Let's go Arizona and the Rockies under 9. And let's go Suns Mystics under 158.5.
There from Solo. Give me my parlay here. Give me the Red Sox at the plus money. I also like the Tigers at the plus money and also like the Mets at the plus money. So 3-dog parlay for me. All right, we got you through the parlay purple segment. Now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Of course, we gave you our free plays, but if you're looking for our best bets, head on over to our site at Tony'sPicks.com. Premium plays and best bets up there right now with packages and long-term subscriptions you can subscribe to over at our site at Tony'sPicks.com with full leaderboards showing you the capper performances, historical records also up on our site so you can verify every play our cappers have posted at Tony'sPicks.com. So now we'll begin here. So let's see what Rod's got for sale over at Tony's Picks. Rod's put the top leaderboard here, over 6,000 units of profit documented for 2025 and a good year last year as well. Rod, what's for sale?
And for me today, I got one play up so far. It's my NHL one-timer play. You can scoop that up singly, but I'm going to put a couple more here in baseball. After we went over the card, I found a couple spots to make us some money. So we're going to look at a couple baseball, and then still torn on that NBA, whether I throw in a Game 7 player or not. So your best bet is to go long-term. That way you get that play emailed to you. If I decide to put it in or not, it'll come as a one of those late plays that you get emailed directly to you when you're bored long-term here at Tony's Picks. That's the best way to go. So right now I just got my NHL one-timer up. Like I said, it's just one of those cards today that I'm not enamored with. I'm not going like, yeah, I got 9 plays. I love it. It's the best. It's some of those days. It'll be a lighter day for me on the sports betting side, but I got a couple more MLB going in, and I'll probably have one play in that NBA. So definitely jump aboard. Let's make it a winning day.
Winning day with Rod over at Tony's Picks. You see the great results from Rod. He's got an NHL one-timer up there, so get on board with Rod. Or you may consider long-term subscriptions. You can see he's got a 1-year all sports pass, MLB season pass up there, WNBA season pass. A lot covered right now from Rod over at Tony's Picks. Don't forget that promo code Tony. Check out, save that 15% off. Just want to let you know here, all of our one-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must turn a profit or amount purchased will be correct to your account for site credits. That's profit guaranteed. So go ahead and get on board with Rod over at Tony'sPicks.com. All right, let's take a look and see what El Ninos has got for sale over at Tony's Picks. El Ninos put together a very good NBA season, 763 units of profit. Al, what's for sale?
Got my $19 best bet in the NBA if you want to check that out. Got my power play in the NHL, my best bet there. And as I said earlier, still cooking up that best bet in the MLB. Should have at least one play there, though. So, again, it should be up by the top of the hour. If not, as Rod mentioned, make sure you get one of those long-term 2-for-1 capper passes and get all the Steam plays emailed to you that way.
That's right, guys. And El Ninos, he's in there with the power play for NHL. Of course, El mentioned the long-term subscriptions, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, 1 year up there. El Ninos also has a season pass from MLB. You mentioned the Steam plays. All of our member plays are in by 11 a.m. Eastern time, but our cappers can handicap throughout the day and night looking for winners for our long-term subscribers. And we can post plays in the system between 10 minutes and 2 hours over game time. Those are late Steam. Those plays are emailed right to your inbox using the email they use when you subscribe to the service over at Tony'sPicks.com. Late Steam feature. I don't see that anywhere on any site. We got it here. We got you covered here at Tony'sPicks.com. Get those late plays. No longer will we ever hear a handicapper say, well, my customers got this, but I got this in my pocket because I played it late. We don't deal with that nonsense here. You'll get those plays here at Tony'sPicks.com when you make a purchase for those long-term subscriptions. All right, let's take a look and see what Solo's got rolling over at Tony'sPicks.com. Solo's been red hot over on the leaderboards. You see him here over the past 7 days, 882 units of profit. Solo, what's for sale?
I actually got one bet in MLB, one NBA, one WNBA. I'm actually feeling pretty good today. I might put in a 3-pack. You guys probably get triple your value for a low premium number there. We starting to see the board well. We dropped a few yesterday, but I think we get it back today. Kind of with Rod, don't love the card, but we're gonna shrink it down and make some money.
And so make some money there with Solo over at Tony's Picks. You can see Solo in here with the WNBA and MLB best bet, MLB best bet up on board right now from Solo. So get on board with Solo at Tony'sPicks.com. And of course, you got the long-term subscriptions or the one-day passes. You can get on board with Solo right now over at Tony'sPicks.com. There, all right.
NBA up there. I guess it ain't up there. I need to check that. Thought I had that up there.
The W and an MLB up there. And, of course, he's got his season pass from baseball up there as well. So lots rolling here over at Tony'sPicks.com. Of course, baseball passes includes all the way up to the last pitch of the World Series, October 31st. That's a lot of baseball, guys. So a lot of baseball. That gets you into 2 months of football during the baseball season. But, again, we have at that time of the year, we already have 6 months of data that we can use for baseball. So there, get on board with Solo over at Tony'sPicks.com and get signed up. All right, I've got a best bet on the board from Major League Baseball, as well as a 3-pack with 2 baseball, 1 NBA. Having a very good season in Major League Baseball, so you can get on board with me over at Tony's Picks. And then, of course, you can match me up with your favorite capper with a 2-for-1 capper promotion to go ahead and get signed up. All right, guys, we're with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. East time. It is the Tony Six Morning Show. So make sure you subscribe to our channel, approaching 50,000 subscribers. And, of course, give us that thumbs up, that like. Greatly appreciate that. And, of course, if you happen to miss any of our shows, just happen to pop over to our YouTube channel because we got a lot of great content over there. We're not just a live show, but a lot of on-demand content. We kind of leave the stats and the technical handicapping over to our on-demand videos. So if you guys need a little more deeper dives, a little bit more technical talk with more stats, check us out over the Tony Fix YouTube channel. But first, you can always find our live replays by hitting the live tab so you can watch our live show. We do have a members feature if you want to get early access to my videos or just want to support the channel. Hit the join button, become a member. Also, our happy hour airs Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Happy hour with Rod and Company. So make sure you tune in. We got Solo. We got Ron in there. Of course, Ben pops in there as well. And, of course, some of our cappers in the morning will pop in. And sometimes we get the grilling tips from Sean when he pops in there during the afternoon. So check it out there over at YouTube. And, of course, hit the video tab. This is where we have the on-demand content, a little more technical, a lot more stats, a lot of deeper dives. You can see David in there with the parlay. We got El Nino's up there. Chris up there as well with his home run props. WNBA there with our man Ramon and Ron. So check out their videos up there. Of course, Rod going deeper dives here with the NHL, my deep dives, MLB, and more. So catch us up there on the YouTube channel. A lot of great content there for you guys to digest. And of course, you want the deeper dives, you want the tech talk, you want the stats. Check us out on the on-demand videos. Of course, we'll let Rod talk more about his content up there. Rod, of course, you got the happy hour during the week and the NHL deep dive.
Definitely, happy hour show Monday to Friday. Definitely tune in 5 p.m. Eastern. And then deep dive the NHL over on the YouTube channel. Get a look out because I'll deep dive some WNBA going forward soon.
Very good. Yeah, look for the individuals there from Rod coming up soon. Of course, Al, you're always looking for those dogs.
Looking for those dogs and, mixing it up across sport doggies today. Go check it out. A bit of plus money, a spread, and a couple spreads, actually. But, go check it out.
Check it out indeed. Of course, Solo, you pop in here for the mornings. Occasionally we see on that happy hour.
Yeah, definitely more a morning guy. But like I say, once or twice a week, I try to pop in on the happy hour. But like we always say, don't parlay, be smart. Let's make some money.
Yeah, absolutely. Make some money there. That's right, guys. Appreciate everybody here on the Tony X Morning Show. Just want to give it out. Shout out to Ron Hahn. I know he runs our chat for you, keeps it rolling. Had a 4-1 day yesterday. Missed the board. Yeah, I know. We got a lot of great cappers out here. Tony's picks. Can't hit the leaderboard at a 4-1. What are you going to do, right? You got to go 5-0, I guess, to hit the leaderboard. But yeah, that just tells you the strength of the cappers. So check him out. Ron Hahn here with his 3-pack. He's got packages. He's part of our team here at Tony'sPicks.com. He helps run our chat for us. Appreciate that. Although I think he may be coming in front of the curtain here pretty soon with some videos. At least that's what he told us. So we might get him. We might get him from behind. We might pull the curtain and see Ron Hahn some videos up there. We do appreciate his contributions in the chat. He works hard on the chat for us, not only on our show but as well as the happy hour. So
like the Wizard of Oz, you can see the guy behind the curtain.
He'll be on his keyboard. We might have chat cam. We might have the chat cam. Set Ron Hahn with the chat cam where he's chatting. We'll put him up there on the video when we're doing the live show. Just have them there typing away on the chat cam. But yeah, guys, appreciate everyone's contribution to the chat. We always appreciate everyone here. Henry and Nathan up here as well. A lot of great guys up here. Yeah, we don't deal with the BS here, guys. You know that. appreciate that. And I think you guys like that. The fact that we keep it positive. You guys like that positive tone. We don't want to get it. We don't want to get in the dark side here. I think this is the best way to handicap sport because you want to have a level head when you're betting. You don't want to come in here losing your mind here. That's absolutely all right. There. All right, that's going to do it here for the show. We're back again tomorrow live here at 9:30 a.m. each time, so make sure you tune in. Before any closing thoughts from anyone before we close it out?
I'm good.
We're all good.
Yes.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll wake up. Bye, guys. Make it a winning day. We're back tomorrow here on the 26 Morning Show.